And what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, is run through two stories. We'll run through a B2C story first, and then a B2B story. Centrica's HIVE, incredible story, and then Amazon AWS. And what better way of kicking that off than by showing you a video of Centrica's HIVE. Let's roll the film.
What I really love about my job is being ahead of the curve in terms of technology. Linking CRM to IoT is a massive challenge. So there's not many companies that are doing the same thing as HIVE. We're not just oiling the wheels and delivering the same thing year after year. You have to be looking a year or 2 years ahead at least. From my point of view, it's very, very interesting because it's completely on me. I'm the decision maker in terms of this customer technology. I needed to make some decisions as to where we would go to future-proof ourselves. So I selected Salesforce. I don't think I've ever been let down by the platform or the people.
Centrica Connected Home and the HIVE brand started out life as a unit of British Gas.
It started off in the energy space and the heating space, founded on a simple problem that people found it really, really hard to control their heating in their home.
We strongly believe that by 2020, the smart home will become as ubiquitous to people's everyday lives as the smartphone is today.
Can you imagine walking through your own house, commanding any device in it?
It sounds like science fiction. Suddenly, there's this huge potential where everything in your home can be brought to life.
The HIVE brand has absolutely exploded. We're now speaking to almost 500,000 customers on a daily basis. Salesforce helps us to offer every single customer a personalized relationship.
The customer here is at the center of everything we do. The sales experience, the marketing experience, the aftercare, that has to be consistent. Therefore, Salesforce is at the heart of our customer relationship building.
Trust is really important because if customers don't trust us, they'll go to a competitor. We want the platform to secure their data. So in that respect, Salesforce was a very good fit.
The agent can talk to a customer and get everything they need immediately. The conversation that makes the customer feel good, that's the bit you want to bottle, and Salesforce helps us do that.
We constantly add on further functionality, so we can use the data to then tailor enhancements and inform customers who we think will benefit from those enhancements. And because we can adapt Salesforce, we have the capability to deliver change very quickly. It's all about agility. The relationship between us and Salesforce is very exciting. I would term them a trusted advisor. The space that I think we're both in is unknown territory. We're both looking ahead. Layer Trailhead on top of that, then the roadmap is incredibly interesting. From a work point of view, it's massive.
Our journey with Salesforce has been terrific. It's helped us evolve into the organization we are today. We don't know what the house of the future will look and feel like, but it's so much fun to be part of that vision and that journey.
Excellent. And to learn more about the connected home, I'm delighted to introduce Paul Smith to the stage. Thanks,
Good morning, London. You just saw Nina and her team show how they are using Salesforce to transform the way that HIVE engages with their customers. I want to walk you through that story in some more detail now and take you on the journey that Lucy, so Lucy's the customer that you were introduced to in that video, show you the journey that Lucy takes from awareness, acquisition, through to engagement, and ultimately service. Now, I'm going to show you a live demo in a moment. Our demo team over there are going to take that away. But before we do, so remember, Lucy, she's just bought a new flat, and at the start of this story, she doesn't know anything at all about HIVE. HIVE doesn't know anything at all about Lucy. So how do HIVE work with Salesforce to change that? So it starts with Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And within Salesforce Marketing Cloud, specifically Salesforce Dmp data management platform. This is an incredibly hot subject right now. It comes up in every single customer meeting I have. And what we're seeing here is one of the standard segmentation screens in Salesforce Dmp showing some of Hive's current customer base, 110,000 customers on 320,000 different devices. Now, what we're doing with Salesforce Dmp is we're taking all of those billions of points of data that are created every single day from all of our app browsing, web browsing on various different devices, and we're giving companies like Hive the tools to analyze that universe of data and look for the signals that are most relevant to them. And so what we're doing in this case is we are building a model based on what a typical Hive customer looks like today, and then we're going and looking in that data for anonymous browsers that match that model, and we're putting them into a lookalike audience of new prospects. So that's what we're doing here. We're going to go and select that lookalike audience. And one of the unique things about Salesforce Dmp is that as the user, you can balance the fidelity between precision and scale. So how much do I want this audience to look like my existing audience versus the potential size of the audience that I want to go out there and target? Now, in this instance, I'm going to go with a 90% similarity. And that's going to yield an audience form. I'm going to create that lookalike audience. And that's going to yield a lookalike audience of new potential prospects for me of around about 900,000 that we can reach on 2.5 million different devices. Once we've selected our lookalike audience, we need to go ahead and activate that audience. We do that, we're going to serve them a targeted ad on one of Hive's partner websites or ad networks here. Now, unsurprisingly, Lucy is going to be in this target group. She's just bought a new flat. In fact, it's probably about time we went and met Lucy. So the London housing crisis is getting quite acute. So she's built a one-bedroom apartment here in the Excel Center. So let's go and see Lucy now. Lucy, how are you doing?
Hi, everyone. I'm doing fantastic, thanks. So I'm here in my new flat, and I've just been browsing the web looking for some new home furnishings. And interesting, I see this advertisement for something called a connected home.
So Lucy, she sees our targeted ad. She clicks on that ad, and she's drawn into the Hive site. Beautifully branded, optimized for mobile, and with Commerce Cloud, you can customize the look and feel of your web store so it can be unique for any customer. The data tells us that Lucy is a new customer, so we're going to lead with a starter pack. And with just a few clicks, Lucy can add that to her basket. Now, Commerce Cloud also has Einstein, and so we can make intelligent recommendations based on the data. And in this case, the data is telling us to recommend the Hive thermostat. So we go ahead, we recommend that. Lucy sees it, she's interested. She starts to add the Hive thermostat to her basket. Anyone who's bought a thermostat recently knows that one of the things you need to do is check compatibility with your existing thermostat and wiring. And so if you're a bit of a zombie like me, you've probably lost the instruction manual for your old thermostat years ago. You know, it's all a bit painful. Wouldn't it be great if from within this experience you could take a photo of your existing thermostat and it would just give you the answer that you needed? Well, now you can. So we're just going to go ahead and watch Lucy do that. So from within the browser, Lucy takes a photo of her existing thermostat, and Einstein Vision is analyzing that image and is basically determining the compatibility with the Hive the compatibility of her wiring with the Hive thermostat, checks that it's all okay, and allows Lucy to go ahead and complete that purchase experience. Now, for me, I think this is a phenomenal example of how you can use AI to make all of our customers' lives and customer experiences easier. And you can embed Einstein Vision into any of your custom applications or websites. So Lucy, she hasn't had to leave that purchase experience at all. She's ready to fully check out now. And as soon as she does, Salesforce Marketing Cloud will send Lucy a welcome email. So this is part of our onboarding journey. And within this welcome email, there is a very clear call to action. And in this case, that call to action is to download the Hive application from the App Store. We want Lucy to have the Hive app on her phone so that when her devices arrive, she's ready to get set up straight away. She can start controlling her home from her phone. Now, behind the scenes of this welcome email, there's some really interesting stuff going on. So I just wanted to show you that. And we're going to go back into Salesforce Marketing Cloud, Journey Builder. You saw this earlier. Very different look to this one because Hive's use case of Journey Builder is very different to what you saw earlier. This is where they orchestrate all of their one-to-one engagement with their customers. Now, the thing that I love about the Hive use case is that they are pushing real-time data from Hive-connected products into Journey Builder so that every single customer journey is being uniquely driven by that customer's real-time consumption of Hive products and services. And when you do that, you start to enable some incredible customer-centric experiences. So in this case, one of those journeys, if I've taken delivery of my products, but I haven't activated them 24 hours later, then send me an email reminder or a push message alert. If I've only partially installed my products, then send me a recipe showing how best to use all of my products together in the right configuration. So I love this. This is great customer-centric experience, and it's been driven by real-time data. So we're now going to go ahead. We're going to fast forward to the day that Lucy's products arrive. She's going to be using the app that we encouraged her to download earlier in that welcome email. And this app is going to walk Lucy through that installation process. So she's going to start pairing all of her connected devices now. And with App Cloud, you can create your own custom compelling applications just like these. So Lucy, she's paired all of her devices. She's all set. Now, so far, Lucy's enjoyed a great customer experience. And now that she has these devices connected, we're able to proactively make sure that Lucy continues that great customer experience. And we do that using Salesforce Iot Cloud. This is where we take all those billions of pieces of data from all of those connected devices and applications out there and do something meaningful with them. So in this case, what you see on the left-hand side is all of the live data coming in from Hive connected devices. Behind every single piece of that data, remember, there is a customer. So on the right, we have all of the customer data coming in from Salesforce, and we're able to uniquely combine those pieces of data to create real insight that you can take action on for your customers. And we do that using some simple but powerful rules. If this happens, then take the following action. In this case, if one of Hive's customers have tried to pair a device on more than 3 occasions and it still has not been successful, then automatically, proactively go and create a service case and route that to the most appropriate service agent to manage that case. We're going to imagine that that is what has happened with Lucy in this instance. So here we are in Service Cloud, in the Service Console. This is where that service agent can kind of manage all of their cases. They can do that using traditional channels like email, telephony, and then down the right there are all of the social channels that they can interact with those customers on as well. So at the top, we've got Lucy's case. Really important. Remember, this case was created by a device, not by a human being, proactively created by a device. So let's go and drill into that now. Now here, again, within Service Cloud, here's all the information in the Service Console that our agent needs. There's Lucy's details down the left-hand side here, including the photo that she took of the thermostat earlier, so all of her recent engagement. In the center are all of the products and services that Lucy has. And all of that is feeding into Einstein so that Einstein can recommend the next best action. And in this case, that is a particular knowledge article that solves Lucy's problem and a recipe to make sure that when that problem's solved, she's getting the most out of all of her devices. So Lucy should be pretty well set up by now. Our service agent sent that out. So let's go ahead and see how Lucy is getting on. We can see there in Lucy's apartment, all of her connected devices illuminated. Lucy, how's it going?
Paul, it's going great. I've set up all my products, I've created some fun new recipes, and I've even configured everything to be hands-free. Check this out. Alexa, party mode. Back to you, Paul.
Okay, we will leave Lucy partying and watching the football. There were 3 key products that experience that HIVE created for Lucy was based on. Now, the first of these is the world's #1 customer service application, Service Cloud. This is where we intelligently routed that case for Lucy that was created by one of her devices, enabled proactive customer service using IoT. And now with Live Message, you can also take that service experience out onto the channels where your customers like to engage, like SMS and Facebook Messenger. With App Cloud, you can transform the way that you build your own applications. So whether those are applications for your employees or your customers, with App Cloud, you can build them at incredible speed and have intelligence embedded within them, just like you saw with Einstein Vision earlier. And as you've seen already with Trailhead, any one of us can become an app developer. And then thirdly, Marketing Cloud. This is your intelligent digital marketing hub. It's where HIVE orchestrated that experience for Lucy, and it's where you can manage all of those one-to-one engagements with your customers across email, mobile, social, web. And Salesforce Dmp is a massive extension to Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Now, this enables you to go and reach those new prospects at incredible scale. And Salesforce Dmp, it is the 3rd largest identity network in the world after Facebook and Google. So when you bring all of these products together, you can create amazing customer-centered experiences like HIVE. And with that, thank you very much, and let's go find Simon.
Hey, Paul. So I'm over here at the back, and I'm sat in this fantastic, actually, note to self, do my keynote from here next time. It's much more comfortable. But I'm really excited. First of all, that was a great story. And I'm very excited that I have here with me Nina Bhatia, who is the Managing Director of Connected Home for Centrica. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Simon. It's great to be here. What an event.
It certainly is the beginning of a great event. And what we learned is that you're getting closer to your customers and you're learning a lot about them. Can you explain and tell everybody here, what actually are you learning about your customers?
Thank you. That's a great question, Simon. As Paul pointed out earlier, we are incredibly customer-centric. This all starts with the customer. And over the last 4 years in Centrica's journey with HIVE and then in the Connected Home, we've learned a few important truths which I think carry across markets. First of all, it's not really about the tech. It's about the outcome. You know, customers actually don't want to buy gadgets. I mean, some of us might want to, but most people actually want a solution to a real problem. And we focus a lot on what's the problem we're trying to solve. Lucy's thermostat in that film earlier, that antiquated white click thing that none of us really know how to program, is the thing that we were trying to solve for. Customers told us they really couldn't program their thermostats, and they had no control over their heating and hot water. And that's an important problem to solve, given how important this is in our homes. So the new thermostat that you saw being installed there was the solution to that problem, and it solved, first off, the simple problem of scheduling. So the big message is solve a real problem, address a real use case. The second thing we're learning is that we've got to keep it incredibly simple. You know, when you saw that join journey there and the pairing of those light bulbs, I was saying to Simon a minute ago, pairing those light bulbs has got to be as simple or simpler than screwing them into the ceiling itself. It's got to be simple, because if it isn't simple, customers won't use it. And then the third thing that I would say is there's got to be service behind this. This is still quite a young category. And we at HIVE and at Centrica know that unless we're there for customers, whether that's on the phone, in a chat, on the end of an email, you know, to talk to, this won't work. So that's very, very important.
Wow. This is a great story and quite inspiring. I love how you're going for simplicity. Can you share, like, where are you going next, and maybe how is Salesforce going to help you in that?
Sure. So a couple of the other things we learned from customers is the whole IoT connected home space has to be affordable. It's got to be accessible. So one of the parts of our future that you saw on that story is the move to helping people pay monthly. Now that creates a very different relationship with customers. When you're paying a subscription, when you're paying $5.99 a month for Welcome Home, that new plan that we've just launched, you are going to have an ongoing engagement with customers. So I'll come back to the relevance of that. The second thing is actually we don't know how the IoT space is going to evolve. It's going to be a mixture of hardware and software and services underpinned by data. The combinations of those in the propositions we give customers are going to change and are going to be infinite. So we have to invest and manage ahead of that uncertainty. And the third thing I'll say is that the importance of the insight driven by the data that will drive our product features and services is something that we can't even begin to imagine. We've already started that today. You saw some of those specific insights in the story that we just saw on screen. So, those are some of the developments. We share some of your views on AI, on robotics, on automation, but we do know that customers are at the early stages of that journey. So we've got to take them from the physical to the digital to the automated. And we can't rush that journey, and we can't be spooky about it, and we can't be weird about it in terms of slightly scaring people. We've got to be natural and helpful. So coming on to how we work with Salesforce, we already have you enabling our business in terms of enabling those high-quality conversations with customers. I think that relationship will serve us well in the new world of IoT, AI, data-driven products and services, which we will still have to deliver physically in customers' homes. And the engine that enables us to do that as part of our HIVE experience is really important. So I'm really looking forward to working with you in the future.
Fantastic. And this is a great story. It's a great example, though, of we're on a path together. So thank you for that partnership. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the connected home, and an amazing opportunity and vision